Last weekend in Barcelona, Toprak Raskart-Loglu definitely showed that the BMW is capable of fighting at the front. He actually qualified in pole position, and for race 1, most riders actually opted for the SC1 front tire compound and the SCX rear tire compound, and Toprak is actually one of the few riders opting for the SC2 in the rear, going for the harder compound of tires, which would come in handy later on. But at the start of the race, it was actually Sam Lowe's leading the way for the first time in his World Superbike career, and behind him, Nicola Bulega wasted no time getting up into second place to set his sights on Lowe's at the front. Though sadly, Lowe's crashed out in turn 1 on lap 5, gifting the lead to Bulega. And the win looked almost certain to go to the number 11, but then Toprak, with that harder front tire compound, started closing in the gap. At some point the gap was over 4 seconds, but he was reeling him in he was reeling him in the last couple of laps, and he managed to overtake Bulega up the inside in turn 5 on the last lap. And Bulega had no answer to that, with his tires being pretty much shot. And Toprak Raskart-Loglu held on to win his first race of the season and his first victory for BMW, making it the first victory for the German manufacturer since Michael van der Mark won the Superpole race in Portimao in 2021. And it's actually BMW's first feature race victory since Chas Davies all the way back in 2013. So a great first victory for Toprak Raskart-Loglu. Then the Superpole race, absolutely spectacular. It was almost like a Super Sport 300 race, lots of battles going on. At some point even the two Lowe's brothers were actually leading the way in first and second place, but it was the end. The end was crazy. Bautista managed to overtake Toprak up the inside into turn 1, starting the last lap, but Toprak kept him honest throughout the last lap and managed to overtake Bautista in the last corner, Rossi Lorenzo style from 2009. He forced out Bautista wide, and Bautista even missed out on second place. So it was Toprak also winning the Superpole race in front of Andrea Iannone and Alvaro Bautista, still managing to hang on to a podium position. And that last corner was just crazy. But then race 2, actually the Ducatis looked very strong. Bautista and Bulega leading the way. Initially Nicola Bulega led the way, but Bautista managed to overtake him in turn 1 at the start of lap 10, and he then managed to win his first victory of the season, getting back into championship contention. It's still Nicola Bulega leading the way, but Bautista definitely showed it. Also, he still has the pace in 2024. But yeah, just a great weekend of racing in World Superbikes, and just spectacular racing really, especially in the Superpole race.